close your eyes, take a slow breath in, and slowly breathe out. Imagine that somewhere in your body, a microbe has entered. The immune system detects the danger. Macrophages awaken, and they begin sending powerful chemical messages through the body. 3 messengers rise in your mind: TNF, IL-1, IL-6, TNF, IL-1, IL-6. These are the major cytokines, driving the systemic response to inflammation. Now imagine these 3 messengers traveling through your bloodstream, reaching different organs, different effects. Let us follow them one by one. Fever. First, they reach the brain. They act on the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus raises the body's temperature set point. Remember the pathway? Cytokines, TNF and IL-1, hypothalamus, COX, PGE2, higher temperature set point, fever. See PGE2 clearly in your mind. PGE2, the molecule that raises the temperature set point. Your body now thinks, I am too cold. So it tries to generate and conserve heat. Blood vessels in the skin constrict. Sweating decreases. Skeletal muscles shiver. You feel chills. You seek warmth. And your temperature rises. That is fever. Now imagine an NSAID entering. It blocks the cyclooxygenase. COX decreases. PGE2 decreases. And the fever falls. Remember, NSAID. COX down. PGE2 down. Fever down. Leukocytosis. Now travel with the cytokines to the bone marrow. The bone marrow is a giant factory, and the inflammatory signal tells it, we need more leukocytes. First, stored granulocytes are rapidly released, especially neutrophils. The blood fills with more white cells. Leukocytosis. The count may rise to around 15 to 20,000, and in extreme cases, 40,000, even 100,000 cells per microliter. When the increase becomes extremely high, it may resemble leukemia. This is a leukemoid reaction. Now imagine the bone marrow working harder. Cytokines and colony-stimulating factors, CSFs, stimulate production of more leukocytes from their precursors. And because the marrow is working so fast, immature neutrophils are released too. See the immature neutrophils entering the bloodstream. This is good. A shift to the left, left shift. Immature neutrophils in the blood. Now identify the infection by looking at the dominant cell. Bacteria bring neutrophils. Neutrophilia, viruses bring lymphocytes. Lymphocytosis, allergy and helminths bring eosinophils, eosinophilia. And remember, some infections such as typhoid fever and some viral rickettsial and protozoal infections may instead produce leukopenia. So see the 3 cells: neutrophil, bacteria, lymphocyte, virus, eosinophil, allergy and helminths. The liver, acute phase response. Now move to the liver. The cytokines have reached the hepatocytes, especially IL-6. The liver begins producing acute phase proteins. See 3 glowing names: CRP, fibrinogen, SAA, CRP, fibrinogen, serum amyloid, A. CRP can bind microbial surfaces, act as an opsonin, and help activate complement. Fibrinogen enters the blood and makes red cells stick together. They stack, one red cell on another, like coins. This is rouleau formation. Because the red cells are stacked, they settle faster. Therefore, ESR rises. Remember the chain: inflammation, IL-6, fibrinogen, rouleau, faster sedimentation, high ESR. Now CSAA, serum amyloid, A. Acute inflammation raises SAA, but imagine inflammation continuing for a long time. SAA remains elevated, and prolonged SAA production can lead to secondary amyloidosis, SAA. Chronic inflammation, secondary amyloidosis, hepcidin. Now see another liver protein, hepcidin. Hepcidin controls iron. During chronic inflammation, hepcidin rises. Iron becomes trapped. Less iron is available to red cell precursors, and red cell production falls. So remember, chronic inflammation, hepcidin up, iron sequestered, anemia. Anemia of chronic disease, thrombopoietin. Now see another liver-derived signal, thrombopoietin. It acts on megakaryocytes, the platelet precursors in bone marrow. More platelet production, therefore thrombocytosis. See it clearly. Inflammation, thrombopoietin up, platelets up. The whole body now step back. See the entire body responding to inflammation. The pulse increases. Blood pressure may increase. Sweating decreases. Because blood flow is redirected from the skin towards deeper vascular beds. You experience rigors, shivering, chills, anorexia, loss of appetite, somnolence, sleepiness, and malaise, feeling unwell. These systemic symptoms are largely driven by cytokine actions. Now, the dangerous scene. Imagine the infection becoming overwhelming. Bacteria and their products flood the blood. The body responds with enormous amounts of cytokines, especially TNF and IL-1. The inflammatory response becomes massive. Blood pressure falls, hypotension. The coagulation system becomes activated throughout the circulation, disseminated intravascular coagulation, DIC. Metabolism becomes abnormal. Insulin resistance develops. Blood glucose rises. Hyperglycemia. Now see the four words together. TNF and IL-1. Huge cytokine release. Hypotension. DIC. Metabolic abnormalities. This is good. Septic shock. Now take a breath and slowly replay the entire journey. 1 microbe, 1 inflammatory signal, 3 major cytokines. TNF, IL-1, IL-6, TNF, and IL-1. Go to the hypothalamus. COX, PGE2, fever, cytokines. Go to the bone marrow. WBCs rise. Leukocytosis, bacteria, neutrophils, viruses, lymphocytes, allergy and helminths, eosinophils, immature neutrophils. Left shift, IL-6, goes to the liver. CRP, fibrinogen, SAA, fibrinogen, rouleau, ESR rises, SAA, chronic elevation, secondary amyloidosis, hepcidin, iron trapped, anemia of chronic disease, thrombopoietin, platelets rise, thrombocytosis, and when inflammation becomes overwhelming, TNF, IL-1, hypotension, DIC, insulin resistance, hyperglycemia, septic shock. Now let everything become quiet. You don't need to memorize a list. See the body, see the cytokines, see where they travel. Brain, bone marrow, liver, blood, and finally, the whole circulation, one final time. TNF, IL-1, IL-6, fever, leukocytosis, acute phase proteins, CRP, fibrinogen, SAA, ESR, hepcidin, anemia, thrombopoietin, thrombocytosis, and in severe infection, septic shock. Take one slow breath in and breathe out. The inflammation is no longer a paragraph in a textbook. You have seen it. You have followed it. You understand where each cytokine goes and what each organ does. Let the body map remain in your mind. Brain, bone marrow, liver, blood, whole body, TNF, IL-1, IL-6, systemic inflammation,